Welcome everyone to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning all about Git. Git. What is Git and why is it important? Git is a free open source distributed version control system that records changes to files as snapshots or pictures. It allows developers to collaborate effectively with teams and manage complex projects with speed and efficiency. Git is very good with data integrity. You can trace and tell who did what with a software program using Git credentials, which we will see in our upcoming videos. What is GitHub? Where are Git commands run? Git Bash or SSH? GitHub is a source code management tool, SCM, used to manage repositories. Git commands can be run on Git Bash, which is an application or terminal installed on Windows, where you can experience command line interface. Git commands can also be run on SSH terminals provided by Moba Extern. Welcome everyone to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. Today we're going to be learning about how to create a GitHub account. First, you're going to get on GitHub website using the link https://github.com. Step 2, you're going to click on the sign in or the sign up. Now, I'm going to be showing you what to do when you click the sign up option. Step 3, you'll enter your email. Step 4, you will create a password. Step 5, create a username. Step 6, verify your account. Step 7, verify your account with the code that has been sent to your Gmail. Step 8, click on sign in because your details have already been entered. Step 9, answer the questions that have been provided to you, such as how would you describe yourself? You could either be a student, teacher, or a working developer like me. And you're going to also write how many team members will be working with you. It doesn't matter if they're if you don't want to say so, you can just click just me. Once you've answered the question, you're gonna click continue. Step 9, answer the questions again. What are the two things you want to do with GitHub? You can either select up to 2 options or you just select one. Step 10, select the free option. And then you have your account. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to create an organization. Step 1, you're going to get onto the GitHub website using this link https://github.com. Step 2, you're going to click on your profile picture. Then you're going to click on your organizations. You're going to click on new organization. Step 4, you're going to scroll down and click on the free option, or you just click on the free option over there on your left hand side. Step 6, you're going to add the organization name. For me, I'm just going to call it DevOps channel. Step 7, enter the contact email. Step 8, select who the organization belongs to. Step 9, verify your account. Step 10, accept the terms and conditions. Step 11, that's optional. You add the members to the organization. And once you're done with that, You can complete the setup or you can skip this step, because if you don't have members yet, you can skip this step. And there you go, you have your own organization. Hello everyone and welcome to the Professional DevOps Learning Channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to learn about how to create a team. First, what you're gonna do, you're gonna get on the GitHub website using this link. Step 1, you click on your profile picture. Step 2, you're gonna click on your organizations. However, this time you're gonna click on your organization link instead of clicking new organization. Then you're gonna click on teams. Then you're gonna click on new team. Within this, you can create separate teams to give people in your organization different tasks. For example, a team of developers, a team of coders, and a team of pull requesters. These guys will manage the pull requests and merge pull requests. We'll talk about these later on. Step 6, add a team name, and the description is optional. Enter description, which is optional, that's what I wrote. Step 8, enter the visibility. How visible do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a secret team or a visible team so that everyone in the organization can see it? Step 9, enable or disable notifications. Then what you're gonna do lastly is you're gonna create a team, and there you have it. That's how you create a team. Hello everyone and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what is a repository and how to create a repository. What is a repository? A repository is a centralized digital storage system used to manage and track changes to the source code or other project files. Repository employs version control systems like Git or SVN, allowing multiple developers to collaborate efficiently. Written codes are being stored there. Versioning of rollback, rollover, or rollback takes place, comparing different states and tracing the evolution of the project. How to create a repository. First step, you're gonna get on GitHub website using the link. Step 1, you're gonna click on view organization in your dashboard. Step 2, you're gonna click on repository. Step 3, you're gonna create on new repository. Step 4, you're gonna add a repository name. I'm just gonna name it open space. Step 6, which is optional, you're going to enter a description. Step 7, you're gonna choose whether it's public or private. Step 8, you're going to create a repository. And there you have it, you have your repository created. Hello everyone and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning all about how to install Git Bash on your laptop. First, what we're going to do is we're going to get on Git SCM website using this link. Then the second step, you're going to click on the operating system in which you're operating from, like Mac or Windows or Linux. Then you're gonna select your system setup for Windows because I'm installing it on Windows. You're gonna choose whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit. If you want to check this, you need to go on your control panel and search about on your laptop. Once it's downloaded, you can click on install. And then step 5, you're gonna click on finish. And that's how you have Git Bash on your laptop. Hello everyone and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning all about Git Commands. The first Git command we're going to learn about is git init. Git init is to initialize and create a local repository. Git status. Git status shows the status of files in each area. Red means modified, and green means complete. Git log. List all the commits. Git add dot or star or file name. It moves files from the working area to the staging area. Git reset moves files back to the working area. Git commit moves files from the staging area to the local repository. Git revert moves files back to the staging area. Git commit -m adds a message for tracking changes created by authors. Git push pushes files from the local repository to the remote repository. Git pull moves files back to the local repository from the remote repository. Git push alias name branch name is to push changes in a branch from, for example, is to push changes from the master branch or the main branch to the local from the local repository to the remote repository. Git config is to set up users' details specifying who committed what changes. Git config --global username dot no git config --global user dot name, and then you enter your name is to state your own name, and git config --global user dot email, and then you click and then you write your email. Git log --author. It checks all the logs from a specific author. For example, I have someone working my team and I want to check what has he been doing and how much work has he committed to. So I'll just do git log --author. Git remote add git remote add alias name repository name -url. It's repository URL creates a new local repository. Git show commit ID shows what happened and changes in the commit. Git remote -ve lists all the local repositories and modifies alias names. For example, if you wanna see all the available local repositories that you're able to use to push changes or pull changes, you can do git remote -ve and ls git dash no ls dot git dash slash is to list inbound files in like and branches or configurations, and git merge bug fix is to fix a conflict. Okay guys, next is we have a project where we're gonna practice on mobile extern. Our new Git project is Sony. So let's go ahead and practice on mobile extern. Now that we have mobile extern open, what we're first going to do is make our directory Sony. Now that we've made a directory Sony, let's cd inside Sony. Now that we cd, let's first do our first command git init. And it tells us that we're in our master branch and it has initialized an empty Git repository. So let's do git status to check the status. And on branch master, no commits yet, nothing to commit. So let's add a file. Let's touch Sony introduction .txt. Now let's cd vi into Sony introduction, vi Sony introduction .txt. Now inside Sony introduction is press I insert mode, and we'll paste this. Now let's escape Shift ZZ to save our work, and let's do git status. As we can see, our file that we made is in red, which means it's a modified file, which means, in other words, this file is untracked and it's in the working area. Let's make two files to show the difference between a modified file and one file that's in the staging area that's been completed. Let's touch Sony Best Sellers. Oh wait, touch Sony bestsellers.txt. Now let's VI into it. Sony bestsellers.txt. Now inside, let's enter insert mode. Paste this. No wait, we paste this. Paste it. We can see that PlayStation has more than 1,000. These are facts that we've copied from the internet. Now let's do Shift ZZ. PlayStation is Sony's current bestsellers. Now let's do git status. And what are we told? We have 4 files here. Sony bestsellers. These are the different files that we made. Because I created a file that did not really exist. So now let's add it to the staging area. Git add. Let's add Sony introduction txt. Paste. Sony introduction txt, and let's add another one. Sony bestsellers.txt. Paste. Now these two have added. Let's check the difference by doing git status. And we can see that 2 files are in green, which means they're in the staging area, and 2 files are in red, which means they are in the working area, which tells us that 2 files have been, we're still working, 2 files have been modified. Now let's say we have a file. Let's go back and see our next command. Our next command is git log, but in order to do git log, we need to do git commit-m. This git commit will not work without a message, so we need to do git commit-m. However, before we do that, let's first do git reset. Let's say we want to reset this back to this working area. We do git reset Sony bestsellers txt. Paste. And let's do git status to check if it worked or not. And we can see it's back in the working area. Now let's do git add it back. Let's add this one too. Paste and git status. What are we told? We have 1 file that is in the working area, 1 file 3 files that are in the staging area. Now let's git commit. Let's say I want to commit a specific file. I'll do git commit Sony introduction, the file name, paste it, and then -m for a message. What's the message? Sony introduction complete. And there we go. We paste. Oh, I forgot to write Sony git commit Now it's been committed. Let's do git log to check if it's really been committed. And we can see, yes, Sony intro complete. It's been committed, guys. So that's how you commit a message for a specific file. Now let's say you want to commit all of these files because this one's already committed, so it's no longer there in the staging area. It's now in the local repository. Let's say we want to commit these two at the same time. What we're going to do is do git commit, and then we just do -m for the message. We don't need to write the file names, we just do -m. This will automatically commit all the files that are in the staging area. We'll call them Sony Best Sellers. 2 files change, 4 insertions. See, we can see that it's created a Sony Bestsellers and Sony Bestsellers. These are the 2 files that were here in the staging area. Now what's our next command? Our next command was git revert. This git revert is useful for if you have different versions of a file. But because I don't have that much versions of my file, I cannot use it. So let's say I have the first version, which was empty. That's my first version. And my second version is when I added lines of code. And the third version was where I updated my lines of code. When I use git revert, it will revert it back to the second version, or the last version that it was before. This is useful for versioning and backups. However, because I don't have that much versions, it will revert it back to how it was before with nothing inside. Therefore, I cannot do that. So let's do git push. Git push. And wait, for git push, we need to have an alias. Git push alias name branch name. In order to see an alias, we need to do git remote -v. Git remote -v. This checks all the available aliases that we have, and since it's empty, since it didn't show us anything, it means we don't have any available alias. So let's do git push git remote add, then the alias name. Let's call it big boost. That's our alias name. Now, oh wait, we have to include the repository URL. Forgot that. Let's go out and let's open GitHub. Now we're inside GitHub. What we're going to do is we click view organization, go to our repositories, and let's create a new repository for Sony. Call it Sony. Then we call it the description is optional, make it public, and create repository. Now let's copy this, big boost, paste it, and we've added our own alias. In order to check this, we can do git remote -v, and we can see big boost is there, so we can push this. We can do git push alias name, which is big boost, and we need to put what branch we want to push. And because we're in the master branch, we'll do git push big boost master. Now, what's our username? Our username is DevOps to engineer. Yeah, DevOps to engineer. Now, we press enter. What's our password? For this case, our password isn't really our password to GitHub, but rather our personal access token. For this, we need to create a new personal access token. We go here to settings. Scroll down. We see developer settings. We click on that. Click on personal access tokens. Click tokens classic. Click generate new token. Click generate new token classic. Enter our password. Then we're going to write a note. We call it Big Boost. Click repository. This will give full access, full controls to our repositories that we have. And scroll down all the way to the bottom and click generate token. Now our token is here. We just copy this and we paste it in here. Enter. And we've pushed everything that we had from our master branch to the remote repository, which is on GitHub. Now let's paste the repository, and we can see all our work that we had in our local repository is now here on the remote repository. Now let's do git pull, which is our next command. Git pull is for pulling work from the remote repository to the local repository. Let's do git pull and alias name Big Boost to what branch? Master. And we pulled it. We just do git pull Big Boost or the repository URL. Paste it. We're pulling from this repository to the master branch, and everything is already up to date. So we have to do git pull repository URL, not the alias name, and you name the branch master. Since it's already up to date and we don't have any new files in the remote repository, everything is already there. So next up, what is our next command? Git config -- global username -name. Let's do that. Let's copy this command. This is for specifying who you are specifying who you are in the local repository. You write your name, DevOps Luis, and we can do git config username email. Let's write our email, paste it. What's our email? DevOps to engineer That's our email, right? Yeah. DevOps2engineer@gmail.com. Now we press enter and we have configured everything. In order to check this, what we can do is git commit. But for git commit, we need to add our file that we had in our working repository to the staging area. You do git add dot. You don't need to put the file name. You can do git add dot or git add star. Now that we've added it, what we're gonna do is git commit -m with the message. What's our message? Finished. Now it's been finished. Let's do git log, and we can see that the author is DevOps Luis, like we've entered over here. Our email is here. So now that we've done that, let's do our next command, which is git log --author. Git log --author is useful for checking how many commits a specific author has done. Git log, git log, forgot to add log dash author, and then write the author, DevOps Luis, or the email, and then we paste it. Requires a value. Let's just write devs, and we can see that devs has contributed only to 2 commits. And if we want to see what's inside the specific 2 commits, we do git show commit ID. So git show. Now for the commit ID, we can either copy the first 7 or we can copy the whole thing. It doesn't matter, but you must have at least 7 characters. Git show and paste, enter, and we can see that he has committed 2 files. Our first file is here, sellers and seller, and inside this file we have 4 lines of code, or 4 lines of content in it. So what else do we have? ls.git, ls.git, and we can see how many how many things we have in our Git. This is useful for tracking specific files or finding files that we may have lost along the way. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Hello everyone, and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning more of Git Commands. Git commit-a-m comment is to add a modified file to the staging process along with a comment. Git pull brings changes from codes from the remote repository to the local repository. Git fetch brings changes to the code from the remote repository into the local repository, which can be merged after review. These are different because Git pull doesn't give you the chance to review the changes, but Git fetch gives you the chance to review your changes. Git clone brings the files from existing remote repository into the local repository. Git diff branch shows the difference in files in different branches. Git merge branch name merges all the changes from one branch to the other. Git push alias name dash all pushes changes from all branches. Git branch dash help shows a bunch of command related to branches. Git branch name creates a new branch. Git switch branch name switches between branches. Git config pull.rebase dash replace dash all your repository URL pulls all the changes and replaces everything in the local repository. Now let's go to the next page. Now we're going to practice a MobiX term by bringing changes to an existing repository. So let's go ahead and practice this. Now let's go ahead and practice this MobiX term. Now that we have MobiX term open, what we're going to do is clear our screen. And let's practice our first command. What's our first command? It's git commit-a-m. So to do this, let's create a file or do git status. And on the branch master, we have nothing. Our working tree is clean. So let's do touch file name. We touch developing script.sh. Now that we touched it, let's do git status. Inside, we can see developing script is in a working branch. Now let's do git add. Let's say we're done with it. We add it to the staging branch, git add, and git status again. And what are we told? We're told that git status is now in the staging branch. And git add, git commit -a-m only works for modified files. Now, since we haven't modified this file, we need to modify it now in order to commit it with a-m. So let's vi into developing script.sh. Inside here, we can write this script is being developed. The script is being developed. Shift ZZ, and we'll write. Let's do git status. And what are we told? That our file is still in the staging area, but a modified version of the same file is in our working area. Now, let's say we want to commit these two and merge these two changes together. What we'll do is git commit -a-m with a message script developed, and press enter, and we can see that is one file change, one insertion complete. Let's do git log to check if it's done, and you can see script developed, our own log is there. Let's do git status once more to check, and on branch master, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Next is git pull, which we did in our previous episode. If you haven't watched it, please click on the I right now. And git fetch. Git fetch is like git pull, however, git fetch gives you the option to review these changes before you add them to your local branch. Now, git clone is like git pull. However, git clone is useful for if you have an empty repository after doing git init. Then you can clone everything and add it there. Git diff branch name. Git diff branch name, like we said, it tells us the difference between the two branches. In order to do that, let's first talk about git branch --help. Git branch --help. Now inside git branch --help, we can see it gives us a list of commands that we could use. However, I'll show you a list of commands that we are going to use in today's video, such as git branch. This specifies which branch we are on. We are on the master branch because it's the only branch we have. Let's say we want to add new branches, we do git branch and then the branch name. We call it research. And git branch sales. Git branch development. Now let's do git branch normally, and we can see we have 4 different branches, but we are inside the master branch. In order to tell this, we can tell it by the green star or the green text. Not green star, the white star next to the branch that we're in, and the green text will tell us which branch we're in. So what do? We can do git switch to a different branch. Let's git switch to the development branch. Git switch, and we search the development branch. Now inside development branch, what we can do is we can touch a file, touch touch work in progress .txt. Now let's do git status. And you can see that we have work in progress, which is in the working area. Has a nice ring to it, right? Now, if we want to tell the difference between each branch, we can do git diff branch name, git diff, and the master branch. And there isn't much difference. That's why it's telling us that we don't have much difference, because there's some sort of setting that has been enabled for us that shows us that whatever we do in one branch will be saved across all branches. So git diff, it might be different from you guys, so that's why you must always check git diff. And once you're happy, you can do git merge branch name. Up next is git push alias name dash all. Let's first git add, then git commit dash m with a message work complete. Now work complete has been completed. Let's do git push. What's our alias name? Our alias name is big boost. Now instead of putting our branch, we'll do dash dash all, and it should work. I wrote big booster. It's big boost. Dash all. We enter our username once more. Dev ops to engineer. And we'll enter our personal access token. Where is it? It's right here. Paste it. And everything, our new branch has been pushed. Our new work has been pushed. And if we want to check, we can go back here, refresh, and it will show us 4 branches now. We have now 4 branches, and the developing script is here. Inside these branches, we can go inside the development branch and see what do we have in the development branch. We have developing script and the work in progress script. This is all wonderful, as everything that we have done on the local repository is now on the remote repository. Next up is git config pull.replace. This is for replacing everything that you have in your local repository. This is useful for when you have conflicts that you cannot solve in the remote repository and the local repository. You need to be ready to replace everything that you have in the local repository from the remote repository. Now, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and thumbs up. Hello everyone, and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be doing more of Git Commands. Git Commands. Git cherry pick commit ID is for merging specific commits. Git clean removes any untracked file from the working tree. And git clean-n, which shows what files would have been removed. Git clean-f forcefully removes these untracked files from the working tree. Git rm removes files from the index or the working area. Git stash takes a backup is to take a backup. Git-apply resumes the work in progress for the most recent backup. Git-apply at curly bracket 0 curly brackets resumes the work in progress for the first backup. Git-apply at curly brackets 5 resumes the work in progress for the sixth backup. Git-apply at git drop stash at curly bracket 0, it will delete a backup. Git-pop stash at -1 curly brackets 1, it will apply and drop a backup 1. Git-pop, it will apply and drop backup 1. And git tag name, create a new tag. Git tag -d tag name, delete a tag. Now let's go ahead and practice this in mobile XTerm by understanding these branching strategies. Now let's go ahead and practice this in mobile XTerm. Now that we have mobile XTerm open, what we're gonna do is clear our screen and go and see what our first command is. Our first command is git cherry pick commit ID. This is useful for merging specific commits that we have from one branch to another. Like, let's say, what branch are we in? Git branch. We are now in the development branch. Let's do git log. And how many logs do we have in the development branch? We can see that this specific branch would not be visible in the master branch. Let's do git branch, git switch master. Now that we small case master. Now that we switch to the master branch, let's check our logs. Git log. And you can see our first one here, work complete, is not in the log from the master branch. So what we can do is do the git cherry pick. But git cherry dot pick, and then the commit ID, which is here. Copy everything. We'll paste it here, and we specify which branch. Master. Right, I wrote cherry pick instead of cherry pick. Paste it. Maybe I don't need to write branch. Paste it. Or maybe I need to switch back to the development branch. Right, development spelled wrong. Now that we switch back to the development branch, let's do cherry pick master. Cherry pick was already in progress and I failed. So let's switch back to the master branch to see if it works. Git log. Work complete is here. So our work complete commits from the development branch, work complete, is now in our master branch. So guys, what we did was correct, but because I was switching between branches, I disrupted the work in progress. However, it still managed to complete the work before it could be completely disrupted, which is a good sign. Now let's do our next command, which is the git clean. Git clean is one command that we cannot do. It's because we need to either do git clean -n or -f or -i. Now let's do git clean -n. It will show us the things that it would have deleted. touch not useful .txt, not useful 1.txt, not useful 2.txt. Now let's do get status, and we can see it's in our working area because it's red. Now let's do get clean -n. It will say it would remove not useful -1 and 2. Now let's do -f to forcefully remove them because we don't really need them, as it's in the name. It's not useful. Let's do -f, and it's removed. We can do get status to check if it's really removed. On branch master, currently using cherry pick. Let's do all conflicts fixed. Run git cherry pick -- continue. Paste. Nothing to commit. Our working tree is complete. If the previous cherry pick is now empty due to specific, if you wish to commit it anyway, do git commit allow empty. Now we've committed. Let's do shift CZ, and let's see our next one, which is git rm. Git rm is like the git cherry pick command. Yeah, it's like the git clean command, except it's a more simplified way. Now next up is git stash. Git stash is for continuing the work in progress that you have. Let's say I have a work in the staging area, and I do a backup using the git stash. I do git stash, which creates a backup of what I have, and if I committed it, I can do git stash apply to work in the backup. Yeah, to change the backup, and if I don't need it anymore, I can do git stash drop. Then we have our tags. Git tag, the tag name. What's our tag name? Our tag name is, let's call it Sony. We created a tag. Now if we want to delete it, we can do git tag -d and a tag name, which is Sony. Now the tag has been deleted. Let's check if we have any more commands. No, that's it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, please make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye. Hello everyone, and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to be learning about the difference between tags and branches. So, the difference between tags and branches. Our first difference is that tags are immutable, which means they cannot be changed. And branches are mutable, which can always be changed. Tags are unmodifiable, which means they're fixed and rigid, while branches are modifiable, which means like you can rename them, you can move them, or you can delete them. So is tags. But you can't rename them or move them. Tags are created after the product release, which is after production, whereas branches are created to work on a new feature, such as the development branch, the staging branch, and the master branch. And tags are recommended for master branch, whereas for the branch you can create any type of branch, such as development, staging, or the master. Congratulations on watching the full video. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you have any questions, please comment it down in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next video as you continue your DevOps learning journey with DevOps Luis.